The Harley-Davidson Road Glide Ultra might be one of the best long-distance touring motorcycles ever built for about the first few hundred miles. And after that, something changes. Because the exact thing that makes this bike so good at first can also make it feel a little forgettable. And yeah, we're gonna talk about this with Harley. The Road Glide Ultra is one of those bikes that sells itself in about 5 minutes. You walk up to it and it looks like a machine built to cross countries without even breaking a sweat. Massive fairing, huge presence, storage for days. It feels substantial in a way that most motorcycles don't even try to. And then you ride it, and it delivers exactly what you expect. It's smooth, it's planted, it's comfortable, effortless at highway speeds, and in a way that immediately makes sense. And it's really easy to fall for this bike. But here's the question that matters, and it's the one that doesn't get asked enough. Does the Road Glide Ultra stay interesting once you've lived with it? Or does it peak early and then ride its reputation the rest of the way? And before we move on to the next thing, there's one thing I have to mention, one thing that Harley riders or just motorcycle riders in general never regret, and that is subscribing to Guys, Gears, and Grit. That's our channel, and we basically do this for free right now, but you could change that by doing one thing for free. That's liking this video, commenting below, and again, subscribing to the channel. Thanks so much. Something that always stood out with the Road Glide Ultra has always been that shark nose fairing. Frame mounted, fixed in place, cutting through the wind instead of fighting it. It makes a massive difference when you're at speed. The bike feels stable, calm, almost insulated from the outside world. And then there's the comfort. Seat, suspension, wind protection, passenger space, everything's designed to make long days feel shorter. You ride for hours and step off thinking, that's it. I thought there was kind of more to this day. And that's the hook, and that's why people buy these. The same ease raises a question though that creeps in later. Is the Road Glide Ultra engaging, or is it just extremely good at removing effort, making it feel just comfortable, easy? The Road Glide Ultra has built a reputation as the ultimate touring bike. For a lot of riders, this is the destination, a final upgrade, the you've arrived machine. And to be fair, it earns that in a lot of ways. Across generations, from the twin cam era to the Milwaukee 8-engine bikes, it's always delivered that same core experience. It's torque heavy, it's relaxed, it's unhurried, power paired with rock solid composure. But here's where reality starts to separate from the hype of it. No matter the generation, the Road Glide Ultra has never been about sharpness. It's not quick revving, it's not particularly agile, and it doesn't surprise you. Everything about it is tuned for calm. And after a while, that calm starts to feel like something else, predictability. So now the question becomes, is that predictability comforting, or is it kind of dull? Spend real time with the Road Glide Ultra, days, not hours, and the experience starts to flatten out a little bit in an interesting way. At first it feels incredible because it removes all the usual friction from riding when it's handled. Distance, easy. Fatigue, you don't really feel it. And then you realize something. It kind of always just feels like that. The handling is stable and you never really get excited by it. The engine's strong, but it's not urgent. It's not trying to get you somewhere, and it doesn't really change character depending on how you ride it. It just keeps doing the same thing. That thing is smooth, controlled, predictable. Smooth, controlled, predictable. Smooth, controlled, predictable. Which is great until you start wondering if you miss a little bit of chaos, a little bit of personality on the road. Something that makes you want to ride just for the ride, not just for the destination. And that leads to a realization of a lot of long-term owners that quietly come to it. This bike is amazing at making miles disappear, but not really always ones that make them memorable. Now, I'm not saying the Road Glide Ultra doesn't matter. It still does matter, actually, because even if it's not exciting, it's incredibly effective at what it's trying to do. This bike reduces fatigue better than pretty much any other bike on two wheels. It smooths out long rides that make other motorcycles feel like work. You don't have to fight it, you don't manage it, you just go with it. And if your goal is to cover serious distance, especially when you have a passenger on the back, it's not just nice to have, it's kind of everything. And that's where the Road Glide Extra earns its reputation. Not an excitement, but consistency. It shows up the same way every time, mile after mile after mile. But that same consistency comes with a trade-off. Because once you accept that this is what the bike does best, you also have to accept what it doesn't even try to do. The Road Glide Ultra gets talked about like it's the ultimate motorcycle, one that does everything, and it just isn't. Around town, it's still huge. Parking lots, tight turns, low speed riding. It reminds you constantly that you're managing basically a couch on two wheels. It's comfortable, but kind of hard to pivot. And even out on the road, once the novelty fades, you start questioning the emotional side of the experience. Because yeah, it's comfortable, yeah, it's stable, but is it exciting? Is it something you crave riding when you're not planning a 500-mile day? Or is it just extremely good at one job and coasting on reputation for everything else? That's where the overrated label doesn't come from hate, it comes from expectation. The Road Glide Ultra isn't overrated because it's bad, it's overrated because people expect it to be everything. When you judge it as a long distance touring machine, it's actually pretty excellent. Few bikes make distance feel this manageable, this repeatable. And we hate on Harleys a lot here, guys, Gears and Grit, but because it's easy to hate on them, but genuinely, this isn't a bike that you need to hate on. You just have to have the right expectations, because when it's treated like the ultimate motorcycle, be-all, end-all machine, that's where it falls short, because that's not what it's trying to be. It's not trying to be everything. It's specifically designed to be a specialist, and owning one is a bit like flying first class on a perfectly smooth flight that never changes altitude. It's comfortable, it's impressive, it's roomy, and it works exactly as it's intended. But after a while, you might start wishing for a little bit of unpredictability. Something reminds you that you're actually riding on the bike. If you're a fan of Harley, or you've ever even caught whiff of a motorcycle, you've heard the phrase that Harley pin, live to ride, and the Ultra Ride kind of feels like you ride to retire. You're retiring on this bike. So yeah, it's good for what it is and what it's designed to do. The Road Glide Ultra is a great motorcycle, just maybe not the legend that it's always made out to be. If you spent real time on one, I want to hear, did it stay special or did it kind of level out over time? Whether you ride the Road Glide Ultra or some other Harley, or even have a disdain for Harleys, here's what matters most. Get off the couch and go ride.